Hi everyone, I'm hopeful that all you will be fine. Okay, in the last session, we have learned how we can get the telephony report and we have successfully got the response. Okay, and today's session, we will learn how we can get the upcoming events report. Upcoming events means either those events will be a meeting, that those event will be a webinar. Okay, so let's start. For that, we first need to create a const variable for that endpoint. We say it upcoming event and we need to set the value. So we say upcoming events semicolon and we just need to export that. So we say upcoming event need to format and inside the Zoom report helper. We first need to import that. We say upcoming event and at the bottom we are going to building the helper for that. So we say here const upcoming events okay async and we need to pass the filter and we are going to put the definition. Okay, so inside the filter, before going to define that function, we first demonstrate regarding the filter what parameters we can use with this endpoint. So inside the filter we can use from and to a date range, and the date will be in the format of YY, AMN, and DD format, and we can only request a 1 month data in a one request. Okay, now that means that per request we can only request 1 month data, and we can set max to 6 months. Okay, 6 months in the past, 6 months in the coming. Okay, so limit we can set only 1 minute range, 1 month range, and we also use type. So for the type, default there is a value called all, and we can also say it individually either webinar or meeting. Okay, and we have another parameter called group ID. Okay, so we can pass the group ID, and that group ID will be, and inside that group, if the host is a member of that group, will be meshed, then that record will be included inside the response. Okay, so host will be member of that group. Okay, then that event will be in response. Okay, and we have a page size parameter. So default value of that parameter is 30 and we can max at 300. Okay, and if the records within our filtered request, filter query parameter records are greater than 300. Okay, so if the records are greater than 300 in the response, then we have a next page token. Okay, so let's start first to build the upcoming event URI, and we use a string interpolation, and we say here API based URI, and we pass upcoming event, and we also bind the query parameter. So we say from, so we need to first take inside the filter if there is a from, then we assign that. If there is a no any from, we use new date dot to ISO string and split from the T and use the zero index value. Okay, and for the two query parameter, we first need to check filter.to is available, and we are going to use that. If there is a no any to, then we need to create a two variable, the date. Okay, and we need to set the month to the next month. Okay, so we say to dot get month, and we plus 1. Okay, and here we say to dot to ISO string and split T and get the index value 0. Okay, and we say here we also set the type. So if type is available inside the filter dot type, available, then we are going to assign that. If there's a no any type inside the filter, then we default set all. And we also set page size. So we say if inside the filter we have a page size, then we are going to assign that. If there's a no any page size, then we are using 300 max. Okay. And at the bottom, we are going to check from the filter. If filter have a group ID, okay, then we are just appending upcoming events URI, and we are saying here that group ID will be filter.group ID. Okay. And now we are just going to build the iterative logic to keep requesting that endpoint. And another thing you must be keep in your mind that this upcoming event report API have a rate limit label heavy, which means you can only request this 10 requests per second. Okay. If you exceed that limit, then you will get 4 to 9 HTTP status code. Okay. Yeah. And now we are going to build the iterative logic. So we first need to create a promise. So we call return new promise, and we say async, resolve, reject, and okay. So we say here new promise, resolve, and we first create the upcoming events collection, upcoming event. We say array, and we say here do and while. Okay. And we need to use the set timeout logic. As I am keep telling you that you can use the set timeout logic, and as I am also using the set timeout in the do while. Okay. But the thing is that when request or process is going into set timeout with the 200 millisecond, let's we are taking an example with the previous session, then in the first iteration, there is a this request is going in a timeout, and at time still we do not have a next page token in the filter, so the loop is quitting. Okay, at the first time. So this is the bug with this logic. So you can resolve that by just moving this logic to another function. Okay. So for that we need to create a help file called utils.js, and here we first need to import the access and require. We first import access, and here we need to create a helper called next page request. Okay, so we say async, and we pass the URL and next page token. Okay, next page token. We define that helper. Here we need to use set return new promise. We say async, resolve, reject, and inside that we are now going to use set timeout async, and we are just adding time 100 millisecond so that we can request 10 requests in 1 second. Okay, so we say here const data, and we say await access, and we bind URL, and we set URL. Okay, method will be get, and we say here headers will be authorization, and we just need to copy that from our last session. So we can copy that from here, Command C, and we paste it here. Bind then, say response, return response, and page, we say error, and we need to return the error. Okay. Okay, and I think we are missing one thing. So we check if next page token is available, then we just append that with the URL. So we say URL, and we use string interpolation, next page token, and we bind next page token. Okay, and that's it. And here I think we can use a global object from, we can just resolve directly from here. So we say here resolve in data. Okay, and I think we have all set it, but before that we must be set here console.log, so that we can see next page is, I think we can set that log inside this check. So we say console log, next page is requested, and here we just set next page token. Just need to format, and we need to export module exports and export next page request. And inside this helper, reporting helper, we are going to import that. So we say const and require, we say here utils. We need to set the utils. Okay, so we say here next page request, and at the bottom we are going to define. So we here say const data await next page request. So we pass URL and filtered our next page token. Say next page token semicolon, and at the bottom we check if data dot upcoming events and data dot, either we can set it to the same. So we say upcoming events and upcoming events dot concat, and we need to bind dot upcoming events. Okay, and we check here if data or next page token, then we set that to filter or next page token, and we say data dot next page token, and inside the else part, if there's a no next page token, then we say filtered or next page token will be empty string, and then we resolve to get that from this promise. So we say upcoming events. Okay, and inside this we say our filtered or next page token. So we can bind then, and we say response, return the response, paste the error, return error, and press semicolon format, and then need to export. So we say upcoming event report, and inside the API we first need to import that. So we say upcoming events report, and at the bottom we say app.get. So we are going to create an endpoint. So room report slash upcoming events async request response and late upcoming events, and inside there we say await upcoming event report, we pass request dot query and response dot JSON and send upcoming events, need to format, press a breakpoint, save, and just need to start the terminal and then start. So we need to remove this, continue, but I think we inside this we place a breakpoint here, okay, and just need to copy this endpoint and navigate to the browser. I think we just need to hide this, so we say here localhost and just paste it and hit enter. I think we have something going wrong. So it is mentioning that URL is not defined inside the helper. So it is right. So we say upcoming events URL. Control C and can start. Hit enter. So we have a response. We have all the 6 records, but on the console we do not have a page. So we can see here. Okay, so we do not have a set the page size limit. So here by default 300. So 6 are lesser than 300. That's why we have got all the records in the one request. So let's assign or reduce the page size to see that all the logic is working fine. So we say page size 2, hit enter. Now just see. So you can see we have requested 2 times. So 2 pages are inside. So inside, if we have a 6 records, that mean in the per request we are getting first 2, second 2, and inside the third we have got 2 records. So in the first we have got next page token. So one next page token is here, and other next page token is here. So that's why we have got 2 next page requests, and we have successfully also got the response. So if you have any query regarding this session, then you just place a comment inside the video comment section. Either you can share your queries or any suggestions regarding this session, or either on a previous section about the previous sessions, or any suggestions also most be welcome, that you want me to build the more third parties integrations, demos or sessions, and all those are most welcome. So you can just share those via the video comment section, either on my shared contact details, email, WhatsApp. Okay, so hopefully you have got this session, and hopefully we will come back with the next session. Take care. Bye bye.